According to the U.S. Census that was measured in 2010, Detroit's population has plummeted 25% in the last 10 years. A city that was once home to almost 2 million people in the 1950s currently holds a little more than 700,000 people. This speech aims to make you more aware of the policies that are occurring in Detroit as far as resizing the city and why you should support this effort. More specifically, I will discuss the current state of Detroit, other solutions to fixing Detroit's problems, and why resizing is the best solution. Drawing new city lines so that its size reflects the population represented in the 2010 census will help the city gain economic stability, which in turn leads to a better economy for Michigan as a whole. First, I will discuss Detroit's current state. What was once a densely populated city is occupied by vacant lots and abandoned buildings. As stated in an article from the Huffington Post, Detroit has 33,500 empty houses and 91,000 vacant lots. The amount of vacant land in Detroit is large enough to fit the entire city of San Francisco. Because of the $300 million deficit Detroit is facing, it has become increasingly difficult to support these areas with sufficient public safety services, transportation, and other services such as parks and recreation. City Council and other officials in Detroit have considered various options to solve the problem. Let's take a look at a few of these options. 1. They considered closing the schools. Early in the year, Michigan officials ordered Robert Bob, the emergency finance manager for DPS, to close half of the schools in Detroit. This would have increased classroom sizes up to 60 students per teacher. This plan was said to wipe out the district's $300 million deficit by 2014, but for various reasons, this plan has not gone into effect. Reducing services is another option. For example, for neighborhoods that do not undergo reconstruction, trash pickup may slow down to once every 12 days as opposed to once a week. It is easy to see how this solution can quickly turn into a disaster with trash piling up throughout the streets in these areas. A third option was proposed by City Council earlier this month, which was a $50 million budget cut that decreased funds for public safety, parks and recreation, grass cutting, and transportation. These cuts include historical landmarks of Detroit, such as the People Mover and the public-sponsored events at Hart Plaza. None of these options seem very beneficial to the residents of Detroit, which brings me to my last point, the resizing option. The plan for shrinking the city calls for nearly 10,000 vacant homes to be demolished. The goal is to revitalize the stronger and most viable neighborhoods and encourage residents from the weaker neighborhoods to relocate to these areas. Problem areas will be replaced by fruit trees and vegetable fields. Now that you've listened to various options, let's consider why supporting resizing of Detroit is the best. If this solution is adopted, I believe Detroit will take a turn for the better within the next 5 years. We will see a major decrease in crime, unemployment rates, and the $300 million deficit Detroit is currently facing. Resizing Detroit is not only beneficial for its residents, but for the surrounding cities as well. Now I bet you're wondering how you can help. The best thing you can do is to get involved and make your voice heard. You can do this by participating in online discussion forums surrounding the topic. If you're a resident of Detroit, you can attend the city council meetings where you can offer your input, or you can start a petition in support of the issue. Now let's review our main point. Detroit is not the same city it once was and is quickly depleting. Various tactics have been considered, but none seem realistic as far as maintaining residents and improving the city. And last, resizing the city so that the population is more concentrated helps to save millions of dollars as well as retaining residents. I think we can all agree that Detroit needs change and we must act fast. Yes, this is a drastic step, but drastic is what Detroit needs. Thank you.